What does a perfect campground look like to you? In this video, we are going to break down what our perfect RV campground looks like. So we're going to talk about our must-haves for a campground, things that we would like to have, and definite bonuses for a campground. Make sure to stay to the end as we are going to tell you what our absolute deal breakers are where we will not stay at a campground.
Okay, so we're going to start with our must-haves. The first thing for us is going to be the location. Now, if we're just trying to get away for a weekend, we are going to go somewhere that's relatively close to us. We're not going to go somewhere that's 4 hours away just to like set up and then have a day and break down. That wouldn't make sense for us. But if we're going to a destination and we're going to be out there for 10, 14 days, we are going to choose a location that is convenient to wherever we're going to go. So for example, if we're going to Disney, if we don't stay at Fort Wilderness, we're going to spend or find a location that's, within a half hour or so. We're not going to be 3 hours away. So location, big number one. All right, another important thing for us is going to be the size of the site. That's not only the actual size of the site we're pulling into, but how getting in and out of that is, right? We've already had experiences of certain campgrounds that the site may fit, but getting there is like you're going to take your roof off, okay? So we will read reviews. We will, if it's something that looks fishy, somebody will drive ahead or walk ahead and make sure everything works out. So size of the site. Going further on the size of the site, what's really important is the site level. We've been to campgrounds that we really had to like level the thing out. That's when we were a little bit newer. Now we read reviews, okay? Even though we have the hydraulic leveling, if the site is off too much, it becomes really difficult, and not having a level RV is not only bad for some appliances, it's really annoying when you're kind of like teeter-tottering either way. So level site or somewhat level site is really important to us. Okay, continuing on the must-have, full hookups we prefer. For anybody that is new to camping, full hookups means you have water, electricity, and sewage. Now, that's not to say we haven't stayed in other places. We will go with electric and water, probably not no electric, okay? So we have to have a minimum of electric water preferred, full hookups, absolutely.
So the next must-have is that the campground has to allow pets. Now, if we're taking, say, a long trip and the dogs are gonna stay with their aunt and uncle, as we do sometimes, that's fine. But if we're going, most of our trips, Sierra and Bowser come with us. So obviously a campground needs to allow pets, and most of them do, but some do have breed restrictions. And unfortunately, Sierra and Bowser are pit bull and pit bull mix, and we've had issues, not many, but we have. So we always double check that the campgrounds that we are looking to stay don't have breed restrictions.
So now let's move on to the things that we like to have. These are things that are not 100% absolutely necessary, but we like to have them. So we like to have a little bit of space. Now, just understand, if you go to private campgrounds, you're gonna have less space than if you go to like a BLM or a state park. And we've been to state parks, but we need to have at least a minimum amount of space that we don't feel like we're in a parking lot, because we've been to places like that. We prefer to have just a little bit of space.
Some elbow room.
Elbow room, yes. Okay, continuing on things that we would like to have. This one's really close. This almost might be a must-have. It's going to be some good cellular connection. Now, we did a video on our internet hookup. We'll link that above. But I can tell you right now, it's becoming more and more important as our channel grows that we have to have good cellular connection. We will go on Campendium and we will, look at the reviews at different campgrounds, wherever it may be, and that's pretty important. So if there's two campgrounds close by and one has a better cellular connection, we may very well go to that one. So cellular connection is really important to us.
So our next would like to have is a campground that doesn't have a ton of trees and overhang, all right, to scratch up the roof and leave a lot of debris that we have to clean off at the end. So nice open spots are great. We've been to places that have that, and it's fine, we clean up, but if we can avoid that, we would love to have just a clear open rooftop. And our last would like to have is a dog park. And we've been to some great places that have really nice sized dog parks. Now, Sierra is getting, as she gets older, she's becoming a little less tolerant of dogs. So she's not a huge fan of, she's kind of like the grandma. She doesn't want to play with the little kids, So we like to have a dog park. We'll go early in the morning. We let her and Bowser run around, have a blast, and then we take them and then they get their walks. But at that dog park, we really, really like to have one of those.
So the next section we're going to talk about are the bonuses. So the bonuses are things that we don't need, but we love to have. So the first bonus that we have is the camp store, which you can...
Jason loves the camp store.
Yes.
So what do they have in camp stores?
They have games, food. They have, it's like a mini supermarket almost,
Right.
kind of condensed with like an arcade. And you can just, if you're forgetting something at home, if you forget ketchup at home or like things for the barbecue, you can just pick it up right here.
Right, we stayed in places without them, but if they're here, we love to take a nice
Yes.
walk through and see what they have.
So the next bonus is the pool right behind us. The pool is great. I mean, on a hot day like today, of course, you could just jump in, go right in, hop in, meet some people. It's awesome.
Hot day like today, of course, that we
Yes.
can't go in because of
Yes, of
COVID-19. And those
course.
of you that are always laughing when we're doing our videos and freezing in New Jersey, well, now we get our redemption.
Yes.
We can't use the pool, but when they are open, it's great to use. So the next bonus is some good scenery. Now, again, not a must-have, but man, does it make it nice. So where we are right now in Blairstown, New Jersey, is a beautiful campground, Triple Brook Campground. And as you can see behind me, they have the barns. We have, there's just beautiful trees. They have a lake that you can go fishing. And everywhere you look, it's just beautiful artwork to look at. And that is something that we really appreciate. So another bonus, as you can see, some places have farms, right?
Yeah.
Jason, you scared of the pigs?
Yes. I
Look
don't
at
know
how
why.
oh, he's taking a bath. Oh my
Oh God. Get him. Oh, he's getting pig water on me.
That's a bonus. All right, the last part is the deal breakers. These are things that we will not go to a campground if they are a part of this. And we have actually been to campgrounds where we've had these issues and then we've never been back. So number one is dog breed restrictions. We have 2 dogs of a breed, as I mentioned before, that are technically discriminated against. So there are some campgrounds that say no pit bulls allowed. So obviously we're not going to go there. And we're not going to be big fans of campgrounds that do discriminate against certain breeds. So first deal breaker, breed restrictions.
Okay, the second thing that's going to be a deal breaker, bad reviews. Now, if you're in business long enough, you're going to get bad reviews, and we read through them, and there's 1 or 2 or 3 bad reviews, it's fine. I could tell you what's a big deal breaker is the owner's response to the bad reviews, okay? So if it's something like, you know, just a really rude response, or there's just consistent bad reviews for like the same thing, we move on past it. And the last thing, guys, is going to be an unkept campground. Now that could cover a multitude of things. Dirty bathrooms, landscaping not being up to par, overhanging trees, if the electrical boxes are falling apart, the sewer is not working, the water's not, whatever. If we experience that, we will never come back, and we will let other campers know through reviews not to come back. So that there, guys, is how we choose a campground. Please put in the comments below, what method do you use to choose a campground? And if you know anybody that's looking to choose a campground and they're kind of really new to this, feel free to share this video with them. Finally, to the left of me, I'm going to be putting our DIY playlist as well as our RV Essential Upgrades playlist. And for myself, MJ, and Jason, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.